Alright, what is up, YouTube? I am back with another boxing video for today. I wanted to talk about my thoughts on the post-fight reaction of Jermell Charlo versus Jason Rosario and Jermall Charlo versus Sergey Derevyanchenko. I think these fights were absolutely god tier. They were very competitive rounds, and it seemed like these two notable wins for Jermell and Jermall Charlo were very high credible wins on the radar for them to be pound for pound number one. Here's why. Let's talk about the Sergey Derevyanchenko fight with Jermall. Jermall did very well. He executed early, and he just got Derevyanchenko to a point where his jabs were keeping him at bay. He was controlling the ring. Sergey was definitely slowing down. His eyes were completely shut throughout the fight. And Sergey, he definitely caught Charlo with a lot of good body shots. And there was like a punch, I think in the 6th or 7th round, where Sergey, he stunned Charlo, but it didn't it didn't purely affect him compared to what Gennady Golovkin went through. So, it was to a point where Charlo, he was just unstoppable. He made Derevyanchenko pay. He did everything in his arsenal to keep Derevyanchenko at a uncomfortable position where he was able to control the ring and do his job. And he got the fight done. He walked out with the victory in a unanimous decision. It was definitely a very close fight. I think Derevyanchenko, it would have favored him more if he had worked the body a lot earlier, and then Charlo would have been slowed. He definitely would have given Charlo the work late into the fight, and maybe it would have been a split decision in a sense, because Charlo, he's a very tough customer. He does not back down from any trades. But I think what makes Jermall better than his brother, in my opinion, is that Jermall, he's so versatile. He likes to move around. He likes to be slick with his punches. And he really makes everything a lot better for his fights to just, move with ease and just basically do everything what a boxer knows he's supposed to do. You just get a couple hits on the fighter. You wear him down. Then late game into the fight, then you start turning it up, and then you work him. And Jermall, he did that. I think Jermall, he's like another Sugar Ray Robinson in a way. I say that because he has so much power into those punches that it's very lethal. It's like dealing with a raging bull versus a matador, and the matador knows that he should not be hit, but he's more than either of those two. He's a warlord. That's what Jermall is. He has that warlord mentality to just get you uncomfortable and take you down and just rip the living crap out of your body and just take the life away from you. And I think that's what makes him so special, where he controls the ring. He uses his jab as he was doing against Derevyanchenko and his other, previous fight, I think against Dennis Hogan. But he just made it look too easy, man. And I was thinking Derevyanchenko, he was going to do everything what he did against Gennady Golovkin, which he did. And Charlo, he just, he got stunned a little bit. And I was thinking Charlo, he was going to get broken down. But no, Charlo just adapted, and it became a very easy night for him. And he got the victory. So congrats to Charlo. And hopefully Derevyanchenko, I don't know what would be next for him. I think, honestly, Derevyanchenko, he deserves to be a world champion. He should be fighting, for other world titles that he should have already acquired. He deserved to beat Daniel Jacobs and Gennady Golovkin. Those fights alone were complete robberies because he dominated Jacobs and he dominated Golovkin in the sense of he made a comeback and he made it look too easy on his angle to beat them and break them down. And I just don't see how he loses to either of those two, because those two are not at his, level. And I just find it weird that Danny Jacobs, he claims to say he's a good fighter, but where have you been, man? Like, what are you doing as of now, or as we speak, to make yourself bigger in the sport of boxing? And I think the answer is that he's not taking it seriously. He's not at his tunnel vision like he used to be. And Charlo and Derevyanchenko brought it to the floor to show why the middleweight division is the way it is, because people are taking it more seriously. People like those two are taking it more seriously to a point where they want to show the world who they are. They want to prove themselves and really give out a lights out performance. And I take my hats off to both fighters. They did very well. It was a war, and I think Charlo, he definitely had the ability to close the show against Derevyanchenko, but Derevyanchenko, he's just way too tough. And Charlo, all he really needed to do is just keep executing the jab, and he did that, and he controlled the ring. So hats off to Charlo, hats off to Derevyanchenko. I really want to see Derevyanchenko fight again so he can get another title shot opportunity. And Charlo, he even admitted, like, Derevyanchenko, he's a tough opponent, and he really got worked. So I think, if anything, Derevyanchenko, he's really on his way to, finding another opportunity down the line. And I really hope that's the case, because he deserves it. He's a very good fighter at, middleweight or 160. All right, next fight and last topic. Jermell Charlo versus Jason Rosario. This fight was very weird. I don't know how this fight really came to be, but Jermell, he just dominated Jason. Jason, he definitely did good in rounds 2 and 3, but when it came to the first round, he got clipped at the top of his head by Jermell, and Jermell, he knocked him down, which I thought it was a slip at first, but he actually did get clipped. He lost control and balance, and then as soon as he got back up, he tried to keep himself composed, and leading into rounds 2 and 3, Jason definitely won those rounds. He definitely made Jermell a little bit wheezy. It wasn't to a point when Jermell found him at a right opportunity, thinking round 6 or 7, because he TKO'd Jason in the 8th, I believe, and he just caught Jason, and I want to say it was round 5 or 6, but he got a wobbling, and it looked like he was just a zombie from Thriller, from the Michael Jackson music video. But yeah, Jason, he definitely got spanked by Charlo, by Jermell, and Jason just wasn't the same fighter. And I think honestly, hold on. Before I get to that point, leading to the 8th round, Jermell hit Jason with a Floyd Mayweather type body shot, and Jason got knocked down, and he lost, which his knockdown was really weird because he wasn't able to breathe, and I guess he had a very life-threatening injury, but I don't know. I would hope everything's okay with him. He doesn't really seem to be in bad critical condition. I mean, he's at the hospital right now. Some people say that he has a ruptured spleen, and I guess in that sense, he's not able to fight again, but I would say he's okay. Maybe it's probably just because he got hit at a really unexpected position where, he wasn't expecting that, so, he got hit at the right spot at the right time. Yeah, and naturally he just got knocked down. So, yeah, Jermell, he came in dominant, definitely got Jason at those right times to counter him, to get him stunned. which, he knocked him down 3 times total. So, that's what I forgot to say. The second knockdown was like the uppercut where he let the left hook to the face, right? Yeah, like a left hook to Jason that Jermell executed on. He got him knocked down, and he was very wobbly, and then he was trying to survive, and then leading into the 8th round, he just broke him down with like a little left jab to the body. So it was crazy. I think Jason, he's a very tremendous fighter. I think honestly he did not want to wait any longer. He just wanted to be hungry. He wanted to see what he's made of, and he definitely did his thing. Needs to work on defense very, very much, and he needs to be very aggressive. Like, when I say aggressive, you have to be on that, like, Shao Kahn, Mortal Kombat mentality. I'm ready to kill you. And that's really what Jason failed to do, because you were doing all that pressure against J-Rock, which, I mean, J-Rock, he doesn't have the best chin in the game, but it still doesn't mean that you could still work the body and get Jermell to a point where he's uncomfortable, he's going to get broken down, and Jason catches him with a good signature punch, and then boom, he would have definitely won that fight. But no, Jermell, he has more experience than Jason, so Jason definitely got tested at the highest, level. Because I was thinking, like, why didn't he just fight, Tony Harrison? Like, I think Tony Harrison would have been a good, like, tune-up fight in leading into Jermell Charlo. But I guess Jason, he didn't want to, waste his opportunity with getting Charlo, so he just figured, yeah, let me just take Charlo, because this is a fight that I've kind of been wanting to have. So he took the fight, and yeah, he got smoked, but the loss actually benefits him in a way, and here's why. He's gonna get better. Hopefully he's able to fight again, which I'll get to the other point, but he's going to benefit from this loss because it's going to teach him all the things that he needs to know at a championship level. And when he finds that opportunity to get better as a person and as a fighter, I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to retake the 154-pound division and do his thing. Because Jermell, he's not going to be in the sport forever. He'll probably move up in weight, or he'll probably just retire. I mean, he's only 30 years old, and Jason, he's the same age as me, 25. So maybe at 30 years old, he can at least take that division over. But, I mean, with so much new competition and so many new fighters coming up, Jason needs to be ready for those guys. And I think his future is so bright. He doesn't have too much to really, worry about. You already got 2 titles, and even though that you lost them, people out of your country of the Dominican Republic will look at you as a champion, where you gave it your best. And guess what? You will become a champion again, because look, even though that Jermell beat you, Jermell gave you that opportunity, and you learned from what Jermell did to you, and now you can take those clips, take those things that you've lost from the fight, and then once you implement into your next fights, then I guarantee you can beat Jermell again if you were to rematch Jason, which I would like to see again. But yeah, Jason, he's a damn good fighter, man. Everybody keeps doubting him, but it's not like this is not the first time that every fighter has gone through with such a tough loss. But I think Jason, he's very good. He's very, very aggressive, but he just needs to work on the defense and definitely work on, like, ring control with making the fight in his favor. And he'll be able to win, man. I think Charlo really gave him a good test. Charlo did get stunned in a couple of the rounds, but it didn't faze him. I mean, Charlo, he's a very durable opponent, and Jason definitely gave him a very rough fight, which I think it definitely went down to the wire when it came to trades. But I mean, after the 3 knockdowns, the judges definitely made the fight like very close for some odd weird reason, and it was like Jermell winning on the cards, but the fight was somehow close, knowing that he knocked him down. So he should have been up like by like 5 or 10 points. But let me address one more thing about Jason, and I'm going to be out of here. Jason was in camp for 16 weeks. See, now, I don't know if any of you are boxers that watch me, but correct me if I'm wrong, but you should not be working out that much in the gym, if I'm not mistaken. Like, you should always give yourself a break before a fight, before a fight week, which I would say that is a reasonable thing to do, but 16 weeks seems like a lot of work in the gym, and that's going to get you exhausted. You're not going to feel as fully strong in the fight. And I just think like his team took it a bit too far in training. I know why he was doing that, and I think that is a good championship mentality to have, but I think 16 weeks, that's way too long. 8 weeks is good enough, and you should at least have at least like a week's full recovery before the fight week to get ready for fight week. Maybe do some light workouts, and just basically call it a day, and just wait for fight week to come. I don't know if that's really, I guess, the ideal thing to do, but I just think like training for 16 weeks will get your body so worn out, and you're not going to feel as strong as you would. And I mean, Jason's stamina was really good. It was just the fact that his body probably was, so drained out from all that training. And, some of those shots that he took were probably going to break him down. So I think that could be the factor why he lost. But then again, this is boxing. There's no excuses when it comes to fight night. Unless you probably just, got injured in the fight and then you couldn't continue, or you had an injury leading up to it. But I mean, that's why certain fighters fight with pride, and they do their thing in the ring. But still, it's like you want to be 100% healthy. You want to be on, basically like you want to be on 100% full performance to win the fight and not have any setbacks. And I think Rosario should probably make those camps 8 weeks instead of 16, because that's just way too many weeks to train, and eventually like you're gonna just get tired, and it's not gonna help you in your future fights when you actually have to give yourself a break from such a tough win. And you definitely need to put yourself in a more calmer position. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I think Jason's still a very good fighter, but Jermell and Charlo, came in with the W's, and hopefully we can see some good fights. I really want to see a fighter that's on the come up, Israel Madrimov, fight Jermell Charlo. I think that would be a very good fight. Or Arislandi Lara. I think Lara would give Jermell problems, but Jermell will come out on top. Another good fight for Jermall would probably be Demetrius Andrade, and probably get Canelo, which I doubt, but it's still a try. And even though that Canelo is a pussy in boxing, it's still a good try, because eventually he's going to be pressured enough where he has to fight you. So I think that's what Jermell and Jermall will do. I know Andrade is just definitely going to be knocking on Jermall's door, and it's going to be a war of words, and I really hope that does happen, because I would definitely like to see Andrade give Charlo those hands. So There's definitely going to be a lot of great things happening in the sport of boxing, and hopefully we could see that rise to the top and see who's going to take over the 154 and 160-pound division as undisputed champion. Alright, so that's pretty much my video. I will see y'all later. Shout out to the boxing community. Shout out to the LDBC. And, yeah. I will see y'all later. Have a good night. Bye.